The Oilers are cooking something behind the scenes, and it's got the fan base buzzing. There's word of a potential mystery pickup being tested out, a promising blue liner possibly coming in on a new deal, and even a Stanley Cup winning vet popping up on the radar. This kind of move could be a game changer, the type that gets you ready to go all-in next season. If you bleed copper and blue, hit that subscribe button and stick with us. We're in this together. Let's show the hockey world just how loud Edmonton fans can get. Now, are you feeling like the Oilers still need to make one last tweak before the season starts? Because something's heating up behind closed doors that could directly impact the one spot fans keep talking about. Between the pipe start, with the NHL market getting tighter by the day, and camp just around the corner, Edmonton's clearly doing its homework, and the whispers aren't about just any name. On the Oilers Nation podcast, some local voices tossed out a suggestion that's starting to gain traction. They floated the idea of bringing in a netminder who, not long ago, was considered an elite up-and-comer. Gotta guess, it's Ilya Samsonov. The 28-year-old Russian could be on the Oilers' radar for a professional tryout. Still unsigned, Samsonov might just be a low-risk, high-upside gamble worth taking. After a roller-coaster stint with the Leafs, including a season where he looked lights out, his stock dipped big time after that messy arbitration process in 2023. He got sent down to the AL, clawed his way back up, but never quite found that top form again. Still, you can't ignore his 2022-23 numbers. 27 wins in 42 games, a 2.33 GAA, and a .919 save percentage. Those stats don't lie. Could he bounce back in oil country? Calvin Pickard's held it down, backing up Stuart Skinner, and no one's questioning his work ethic. But is he really the answer if Skinner goes down or needs help down the stretch? His numbers raise questions about holding steady under pressure. And let's be honest, even Skinner needs a backup that brings more security. His save percentage above expected was in the red last season, so the issues in goal might run deeper than we'd like to admit. A two-way deal would be ideal, cap hit, minimal risk, and if Samsonov finds his groove again, he could be a sleeper weapon come playoff time. One of those signings that catches everyone off guard. So here's the question. Would you roll the dice on a PTO for think he's got enough juice left to fight for a spot? Or would it just be another gamble that doesn't pay off? Drop your thoughts below. I'm all ears. And if you think that's the big headline, just wait. There's another name being whispered around that could shake up the whole season in Edmonton. The kind of rumor that brews quietly until it blows up loud and clear. Stick around, because what's coming next is bound to stir the pot in oil country. We all know that after coming this close, the goal now is to tighten the core and hang on to but is something major brewing. Behind the scenes, things are moving fast, faster than most folks in the national media are picking up on. But today, we're diving into a juicy piece of info that could shift the future of the Oilers' blue line. And trust me, nobody's breaking it down quite like this. If you've been following the channel, you know the insiders closest to the team always drop a little something between the lines. And when two heavyweight names start connecting the same dots, yeah, there's fire somewhere. And where there's fire, there just might be an 8-tier contract on the table. Here's how it all lines up. The Oilers have a rare tool at their disposal, a clause in the CBA that lets them offer an 8-year deal before free agency opens. Right now, they're the only team that can do this, and it sounds like they're looking to take full advantage. You're probably asking yourself, who's this massive deal for? Well, after 50 seconds of suspense, here it is. Jake Wallman might be on the verge of signing an 8-year contract with the Oilers. That's right. The defensive wall who stood tall in the playoffs could be locked in for the long haul. This rumor kicked off on the Oilers Nation pod, with Tyler Yaremchuk dropping the name. Now Bob Stoffers chiming in to and when Bob's talking, it's usually because he's heard something straight from inside the walls of Rogers Place. So why does it make sense? Wallman's 29, coming off a solid playoff run, and he's got 1 year left on his current deal at a $3.4 million cap hit, A new deal in the ballpark of $50 million over 8 years, about $6.25 million. A season would bring stability to the Oilers and financial security for him. Keep in mind, Wallman's only made $12 million in his career so far. Signing long-term with a legit cup contender like Edmonton is both a safe bet and a serious shot at finally hoisting Lord Stanley. For the Oilers, it's a way to lock in a key piece before the market pushes prices even higher. This is one of those rare win-win situations. The player gets locked in, the team gets ahead of the curve. But what do you think? Should Edmonton go all in on Wallman now, or hold off and see how the season plays out? Think things are already heating up? That was just the appetizer. The next bit of news could hit Oilers fans right in the feels and light up conversations across the NHL. There's a new piece in play, and it's the kind of behind-the-scenes move that could have a real impact once the puck drops. You won't want to miss what's next. The off-season in Edmonton is still cooking, and even with all the activity we've seen, it feels like the team's not done pulling big moves for next year. The front office has already added names like Andrew Mangiapane and Isaac Howard, while saying goodbye to vets like Connor Brown, Corey Perry, and Victor Arvidsson. The roster's taken shape, but there's still a sense that one last piece might be missing. And just when everyone thought the lineup was set, the hockey writers dropped a bombshell. Reporter Rupert McDonald believes the Oilers are keeping close tabs on a name that could shake up the entire league. A seasoned vet, Stanley Cup champ, and a guy hungry for a comeback. We're talking about a player who used to light it up with the Washington Capitals, had a short stint in the KHL, and now wants to prove he's still got the fire to play at the highest level. Yep, the rumor mill is spinning around Evgeny Kuznetsov, and the idea, slot him in next to Leon Draisaitl, and turn the Oilers' second line into a full-on scoring machine. Can you feel the impact of that move? Even with just $300,000 in cap space, the front office might find a way. And let's be real, when you're chasing history, every penny counts. God, could Kuznetsov be the missing link that helps US lift a cup in 2026 and finally break through after 2 heartbreaking seasons? I want to hear from you, Oilers fans. Is Kuznetsov the right fit next to Draisaitl, or is this one risk too many? Leave your take down below. Share this video with your fellow fans, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's chase that Stanley Cup dream together.